So hello everybody, this is American Seagull Predictions. I'm back with a new video. Today I'm doing a video on why I think Lou Barletta will be Pennsylvania's next governor. Now, people talk about, oh, Josh Shapiro is a tough guy. He won his race by 4 points. He outperformed Biden. First of all, actually, there's places in, especially the Philly suburbs, even my area, Cumberland County, where Heather Heidel actually outperformed Joe Biden. And Heather Heidel, by the way, was like barely anyone even knew her. That's why she lost so badly. I mean, no one. I mean, she was literally the only candidate, I guess, that wasn't. I'm not counting the presidential, but the only one that lost, and she was just pathetic. She barely even really got her name out, and and she just did pathetic. She only did a little bit better in the Philly suburbs compared to Trump. She didn't even win Luzerne County, which with Trump on the ballot. That was pretty pathetic. I mean, look at Lou Barletta. Even in a blue wave year against a pretty popular incumbent, and Lou Barletta's basically only message was uh, Sleepy Bob, like Sleeping Bob, which isn't really that much of a campaign message. He won Luzerne by close to 8 points in a blue wave year. Heather Heidel couldn't even win it. And that just shows how pathetic she was. She was a weak candidate. And that shows how strong Lou Barletta is in this area. Look at Lackawanna. Okay, yeah, you may say, oh, well, Trump got 45, and it was Biden's county. Well, she didn't really do that much better in a year where Republicans should have been way outperforming 2018. I mean, she only did a little bit better. That's just pathetic. I mean, there's actually a few places where Lou Barletta in his blue wave year against a pretty popular incumbent D, with Lou Barletta's only message being Sleepy Bob. And he still managed to get voters in this area to get out and vote. I mean, just look, Dauphin County. Josh Shapiro won it by 11. Lou Barletta won it by around the same margin in a blue wave year. Now, yeah, he did a little bit worse than the Philly suburbs, but I think that was more of expected, as it was just blue wave year. But it kind of shows that Heather Heidel is a pathetic candidate. Like, oh wow, she was able to win Berks. She still underperformed Trump and like the two other candidates, Timothy DeFore and Stacey Gardy, who ran for the treasurer. She was at a Trump rally in Lancaster County, and I think Timothy DeFore was a Dauphin County commissioner. They both won their elections, and Stacey Starcy, I think her name, won the treasurer election and beating the incumbent treasurer. And it's by like Trump's 2016 margin, like 0.7. And she ran on a. She actually probably she got her name across going to a Trump rally. That energized those Trump Democrats to vote for her. Heather Heidel didn't even show up. And Heather Heidel, I don't really think she wasn't really the best looking. It kind of depends on looks. And this was probably the time. And even myself, I thought that she would probably be the only one that would lose statewide, the only Republican that would lose statewide. I thought Trump would probably win Pennsylvania, but it wasn't really by that big of a margin that Biden won it by. I mean, you just look, Columbia County. Lou Barletta outperformed Heather Heidel. I wouldn't be surprised if Lou Barletta gets 66% of the vote here. Montour County, let's compare that. Okay, it's around the same margin. You shouldn't be getting same margins. This is a blue wave year against a very unpopular incumbent. Bob Casey, I don't really think is really not that hated at all. In fact, I think he's probably one of the better Democrats. And Heather Heidel did nothing. She might have did a little bit better than Lou Barletta in the Philly area, but I think that was expected. And I mean, Allegheny County. I mean, you should be like getting like Trump's margin. Josh Shapiro should not be getting 60. Not even Biden was able to crack 60. I mean, Trump did fail to get 40, but Biden got 59. You shouldn't be getting stuff like this. I mean, with someone like Lou Barletta, who's a coal guy, I think he would run up the margins. He might even do better than Trump in Lackawanna County, which has been hard because Trump is the only guy that has ever gotten those good margins. And let me tell you this. Kevin Brobson and I forget her name, but both of these, Brobson won by less than a point, like 0.9. That was actually better than the state treasurer election back in 2020. And the other lady won by close to 8. And she still wasn't able to crack 45% in Lackawanna. But it's an off-year election. I don't know. And but the main reason was because Delaware County. Now, Lou Barletta, I think with his working class appeal, there's way more working class areas in Delaware County than Montgomery. Montgomery is just filled with elites. And I think he could probably do Chester, as that's more neoconservative. I wouldn't say it's like an elite lib area. It's more of a neo-lib, but they will vote more Republican if the candidate's good. I mean, they only barely voted Democrat in 2021. And Delaware County was like in single digits when it was like the one that won by 6, like 7 points in 2021. Now the Superior Court election, the Democrat only won by 8. I talked about it in my other video, but I don't think Lou Barletta is going to be getting those good margins. But he could definitely do better in Chester, Delaware, and Bucks. Might even flip Bucks. I don't know, but I mean, I don't really think, and I think Lou Barletta might have a shot at taking back Northampton. In a blue wave year, I wouldn't say Lou Barletta did awful. I mean, he did way outperform Scott Wagner. I think only got 40. Heather Heidelball in a red wave year, in a year where it's more favorable to Republicans, I wouldn't say it was like a red wave. It was probably going to be way better than 2018, but probably not somewhere near 2016. Heather Heidelball lost by 2. Now, that's not bad. I don't really know what's going on in Northampton. I mean, I don't really think it's as coal country as places like Erie or Luzerne. I think Lou Barletta would probably flip Erie County. I mean, he just definitely has that working class appeal. I know that this coal region in Luzerne, Lackawanna, it's somewhat similar down here. But to be fair, if you can't run up strong margins like Heather Heidelball ran up pathetic margins. I mean, you just, I mean, this is just like pathetic. Like Indiana County, barely cracking 60. Okay, maybe that was a little bit more of a. But yeah, I mean, maybe Lou Barletta will definitely do better upstate here. But I mean, you just look at these margins. I mean, Heather Heidelball should have been way outperforming Lou Barletta, probably. Now, Lou Barletta was from the area, but still, it doesn't matter. Red wave year against a pretty popular incumbent. To be honest, I see Lou Barletta winning. So I'll just say my predictions. If Josh Shapiro is such the favorite, he only won by 4. I mean, so I don't really see him as the favorable. Now, people say Lou Barletta's weak, but I think the point I proved is pretty powerful. He may be like an underdog, kind of like people, he's not going to win. Might have been being like a Glenn Youngkin, probably. Well, I wouldn't really say it's a complete upset, but probably something like Jack Ciarelli getting pretty close. And I think probably, and Lou Barletta, I think, definitely has somewhat of that appeal to get those moderates in Philly. I don't know about Montgomery. Montgomery's always been, but to be honest, I think you're going to have to do better in areas like, you can just ignore Montgomery. I think Josh, at the end, Lou Barletta might just do a little bit better. Instead of like 26 points, it'll go by 24 points. This is probably my prediction. Lou Barletta will take back Northampton and nearly win Erie by a little less than a point. Keeping areas like Center and Dolphin low. Even Cumberland County will probably vote by Heather Heilball margin. I still think Chester County, it might be a little bit more now I think about it. I mean, she only won by, that might be even more because Heather Heilball lost by 10. So that might be a little bit more. Delaware County, I think this is probably around a reasonable margin, maybe even more for Lou Barletta. He might even crack 40 if he could really appeal to working class. And I expect Shapiro to probably get something like this, around probably Delaware margin. Bucks County, I think he might come close, but I don't see him flipping it. Doing well in Luzerne, I think he'll probably outperform Trump. Probably, you just saw in Blue Wave year 2018. I mean, that's just how much of a god he is. Lackawanna, I think he might do a little bit worse than Trump, but for some reason Trump was just popular there, even with Joe Biden being hometown guy there. So, yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is why Lou Barletta will win. I'll see you guys later. Bye.